Fortune Radio. It's happening. It's happening. Kirk, say a few words.
It has begun.
Dude, oh my God. Like, we both have our own tracks. You're just going to shit when I send the track out to you. You're going to seriously shit yourself, dude. I'm still getting the levels kind of balanced in right now, but we're recording, man. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Sweet. How cool, man. All right, well, yeah, this interface is like seriously the right tool, because like before we were seriously like trying to put a hammer into a wall with a screwdriver. I'm serious, dude, like legitimately, you know? So, yeah, we were going to have Mark, the Cookie Monster, on, the door guy for Lion's Lair, but he got sick. He was sick, and the weather was really bad anyway, so I was, like I said, I was planning on just having this conversation, just you and I, so I'm pumped, and we're getting all the tools lined up, all the equipment in order. So how was your day, man? How was your day, buddy?
Very busy at work, but once I got off, I was able to take a nap, eat, and prep for the podcast.
Yeah.
So, how about yourself?
Yeah, pretty fucking well, dude. I've been mastering the new album. Dude, we have we have like 14 tracks, X and I, and it's kind of cool. It's been developing. Well, we were going by Silver in the One, but now we're just going by SaTO, and it's nice. It like rolls off the tongue nice, you know?
I see what you did there.
SaTO. And we put a little accent mark over the A, so it's just I don't know what the word is. I don't know. I'm not really sure what the word is for it. What would the word for that be?
Not sure.
Just we threw a little finesse on it, you know? SaTO.
A little razzle dazzle.
Exactly. Just a bit of razzle dazzle is all it was. Dude, but I mean, I have a few things to talk about today. Do you? I texted you earlier, and I was like, yo, think of a few things, and I will. And I've got a list together. Yeah, like I said, Cookie Monster couldn't be here. Dude, I was talking to him every time I go to the Lion's Lair to perform and to see a show or whatever. I talk to this guy, and he always has a great story about like he was telling me that he was at the Driftwood on Colfax, this like real greasy motel, and he ran into Paul McCartney. And I mean, this guy could be lying, but like I trust this guy, you know. And Paul McCartney was like looking for acid, and apparently like back in the day, this was just a great spot to get acid. Like Boulder and Denver, you could just get your hands on some acid. So, you know, he was a Beatle, and that's what he was doing. He was in town or whatever. He took a Learjet in and was like, "Yo, it's time to get lit and tune in," you know.
That's incredible.
Anyways, I'm trying to hear that story.
Having that kind of network to draw from.
Right? Isn't that nuts?
It's great.
So he's a native, and he's been around, and he's like 300 pounds probably, maybe more, and he's got this massive beard. He's got like a real Santa Claus feel, but like I like his his steez is great, you know. God, I was at the after hours last night. I complimented this girl on her steez, and she like got really lit up. She was from Kansas City. She was like, "Steez? Oh my God, steez!" Like something. She was like, "That's old school." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm like 35-year-old man. I say steez, you know." But which is just style, you know, for all you square folks out there. But Riz is something I just learned about. Riz, it's like charisma. Yep. I just learned about it, and I felt so white I couldn't even help myself. I was just like, Riz, that's amazing. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's something I really realized recently, and something I'm really grateful for. Is like, dude, my best friend is a black dude, so I'm getting in on all the dope Ebonics phrases, like firsthand. You know what I mean? And
right.
Like, I don't know. I guess it's appropriation, but dude, like this was just slick as hell. He's like slick like lubricant. You know what I'm saying?
Astroglide.
Yeah, this motherfucker is like an Astroglide, you know? So Yeah. Anyways, what else? I guess, like I said, I got this list. But do you have anything? Do you have like a Kirk's Corner this week, or like anything like crazy going on in the news as of late?
Unfortunately, the passing of Apollo Creed or Chubbs from Happy Gilmore.
I heard
Carl
about
Weathers
Chubbs.
passed away.
Damn, I heard about Chubbs. Yeah, I saw that on Adam Sandler's Instagram, man, and that's a bummer, man. He killed in that movie. He absolutely killed in that movie. Oh my god, that's one of my favorite movies, man. Happy Gilmore.
Oh, it's a classic for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like some of the awesome lines. And the gator took his hand.
Gator took his hand. His little prosthetic, gigantic and deformed.
It's all in the hips, yeah. It's all in the hips, yeah. It's all in the hips. Great film. Rest in peace. Yeah, I just always think about that closing scene where it's like, what is it? Tuesday's Gone by Leonard Skinner. And they're walking, exactly. You know what I'm saying? They're walking into the house after they bought the house, and he wins the trophy and whatever. And like Chubbs and the Gator and fucking Abraham Lincoln are in the clouds. And like Tuesday's Gone is playing. It's like so epic, dude. Man, I want to meet Adam Sandler one day, man. You and I are going to have an interview with Adam Sandler. The Sandman, are you kidding me?
Oh, that'd be fantastic. And you said that you saw him live a little bit ago?
Yeah, man. I saw him live. And he just slayed it. He really did slay it. And
that's great.
He's got this new track about Chris Farley, and it's so good and it's so heartfelt, and it just kind of reminds you that Chris Farley was the man. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
And fucking Schneider was there, and he slayed too, man. That guy has got a killer voice. Plus, he's just hilarious. You know what I mean? But
you said Rob Schneider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So funny, dude. Just, dude, this fool is slaying he was sounding like a lounge singer or some shit. Like fucking Frank Sinatra or some shit. It was crazy, dude. I don't know. But, and I'm just thinking to myself, man, like, I got this little interface now. You know, I got my Macintosh. We can just like I'll be able to go mobile. You and I are remote anyway, or you're remote anyway, whatever. We're not sitting in the same room anyway. I'll be able to like go to these people and like record them at their home base. You know what I mean? Like, no big deal. I have 2 condenser mics. Like, I'll get it all set up. I'll get like a fucking solar powered generator or some shit and like straight up do this shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, for real. And it's like, dude, especially if I'm like, because I really want to go to Tennessee, and I want to get around other players and different styles of music and different music and just different scenery. And like, dude, I'm just like sloshing around in the snow in my Nikes, just like, this is unacceptable, dude. Like, I can't be sloshing around in my Arin Force Ones, my 1 of 1 signature. You know what I mean? Like, that's unacceptable. You know what I mean? I got inside and I was like toweling him off. I was like, Jesus Christ, you know? So anyways.
So why Tennessee?
Well, I got a couple buddies out there, and I just hear the music scene's like really awesome in Nashville and in Memphis, and just a lot of history out there. Beautiful out there. Plus, I'm kind of dating a Southern girl right now, and like she's pumped.
There you go.
She's pumped about being out there. God, I could get into that, dude. Could you imagine? Anyways, but before I get into that, I just want to say, like, for real, yeah, I'm gonna be playing shows, you know, and then I'm gonna go to Cali. I'm gonna go to Seattle. I'm gonna go to New York. I'm gonna go all over this goddamn country, and I'm gonna play in front of people, and hopefully I get a little lucky. You know, I started smoking Lucky Strikes, so hopefully I get lucky. Hopefully I get lucky. And
I mean, it's in the name, so
it's in the name, so like it should work, you know?
It should.
Yeah. And so, like, you know, I'm trying to impress somebody, hopefully Melania Trump. And then, you know, she'll get me connected with the right people. So no, not Melania Trump. I can't even believe uttered that name. So anyways, dude, all right, so Alabama. I'm talking to Alabama again, the girl that's got a hook in my fucking brain. And I'm just going to call her Alabama because, like, I really shouldn't use her first name. You know, some people will know, but Alabama is a real sweetheart, and she just melts me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Alabama has a boyfriend, which, you know, I don't feel great about. I don't want to say I feel guilty about it. I don't feel horrible about it, but I just, like, this girl, and, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I was ready to marry Kelly, like, not too long ago, you know?
Right.
And bust out a few babies with the Kel dog. And she disappeared, by the way. And she owes me money, so if anybody runs into her, have her reach out. That'd be great. Yeah, she disappeared. I'm actually concerned. I'm trying to get a hold of her. I can't get a hold of her. I hope she's still alive, like, all jokes aside.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's fucked. But yeah. So I took Alabama to the Collective last night, and she's just such an innocent, like, sweet Southern belle. You know, she's 25, so she's still kind of green or whatever. But she's like, she grew up religious, so she's like really, she's kind of reserved, you know, but she's down to go hard. But anyways, you know, we're like, people are just dancing and drinking and going, and, you know, just kind of getting a little rowdy, and people are listening to DJ music, and she's just dancing, you know what I mean? And she's dancing, and it's so funny because I picked her up, and she looks younger than she is too. But I picked her up, and she's wearing, I've got, like, my leather jacket on, and, like, I'm, like, ready to go to, like, a after hours speakeasy place, you know? Like, I'm looking pretty fly. I mean, I don't want to, like, toot my own horn, but yeah, I'm ready to fly out the door. You know what I mean? So I pick her up, and she's wearing, like, sweatpants and, like, a sweatshirt, like, and, like, some New Balances, and it just looks like she's just, and I'm like, we're about to go to a club and, like, dance to we're about to, you know, and you're just, like, kind of wearing, like, pajamas kind of, but, like, I don't know, it's like she can just pull that shit off, you know, like, you know, and, like, she had a little bit of makeup on, nothing too crazy, but, like, the thing I really love about this girl is, like, she's not trying to show off, you know what I mean? Like, she's gorgeous, but she's not trying to flaunt.
She makes it work.
Yeah, she's like a kind of a short skirt and a long jacket kind of girl. Like a freak in the sheets and a lady in the streets. Is that a thing?
That's how that goes. Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I'm deeply in love with her, and she's just been playing games with me for a while. Mm-hmm. She hits me up. I'm like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? Because I seriously just got over her. And that's the thing about women is once you get over them, they realize it. There's like some weird voodoo, minstrel, black magic. You know what I mean? And they just realize it. And they call you deep in the night, you know, for a booty call or whatever. And you go, of course you're going to go. And, yeah. God, I fucking love that girl. So anyways, I'm going to marry her. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I've been sending her music and all kinds of shit and trying to woo her, obviously. I've been rapping a lot lately, which is kind of exciting. I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit. Yeah. White Jewish rapper, man. Who would have thought? I guess Mac Miller, is he Jewish? Yo, Kirk, can you see if Mac Miller's Jewish? I feel like
I believe he is.
He like raps about latkes every once in a while. I'm pretty sure. Gefilte fish. You know what I mean?
Wait, let's see.
Is his mother Jewish?
His mother is Jewish and his father is Christian.
So he's more Jewish than I am. I'm gonna open a window really fast, just a second. Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh. Honestly, I've been listening to a ton of Mac Miller, and that guy, was an absolute legend, man. Just lyrical genius, funny, smooth. He's got the sex appeal, like absolutely one of my favorite rappers for sure. And I've been, I always listen to Biggie Smalls. I've been listening to Biggie Smalls forever, but yeah, I don't know. I really respect that guy. I've been listening to a ton of them. Dude, what do you usually listen to?
That's fantastic praise. So, not to be cliched, but I listen to pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So, Immortal Technique to 50s doo-wop to 1970s classic rock. Like I'm in a little bit of everything. I've been on a country kick recently. Dude. That's why your mention of Nashville perked my ears up a little bit.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Alabama's got me listening to country, and it's great.
It's definitely an acquired taste, and what you hear on the radio isn't always, the best. But once you find those gems in that genre, it's really good.
Yeah, man. Like Dolly Parton, fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, and Amy Lou, she was showing me. Just like this total babe folk singer, and just awesome, man. A lot of good shit out there because they tell good stories, and they're painting pictures, and like that's what I'm trying to do with my rap, man. Like I've just been writing tons and tons of poetry, man, and it's so cool because, like I was saying earlier about Mac Miller, like I just feel like I found my spot because it's this crossover between like a good rapper can be funny and still smooth and like have the sex appeal, you know what I mean? And I always wanted to be a comedian, but it was kind of like a lot of comedians are just like kind of goofballs and just, very self-deprecating. They got the bow tie on and they're smashing watermelons and shit. And like, I guess, there's plenty of comedians that can do it. Fucking Dave Chappelle, he's ice cold and he's hilarious. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It's like, dude, I'm really enjoying it. I feel like, honestly, I can hold my own as a rapper. I'm very new as a rapper, so it's, I'm going to get better. But I'm kind of...
So, are you familiar with Ben Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro?
Yeah. He's a political commentator. He was just, quote-unquote, featured, I don't know if that's the appropriate terminology, on a Tom at McDonald rap called Facts. And he actually did a 30-second rhyme with some pretty heavy bars.
Oh, seriously? That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, that's awesome to see.
Yeah, that is cool, man.
And being able to branch out to genres that you might not have otherwise been working with, I think it's pretty cool.
Hey, that is cool. Hey, I'm still adjusting your levels. I just realized my phone was completely maxed, and I've been trying to adjust your level the whole time because you've been coming in hot, but I just realized that it's because of my phone. So you're good. Just keep in mind around 18 minutes where you're dealing with that. Anyways, yeah, man. Dude, I really like this format, Kirk. It's nice to just like really mellow, really chill, just you and I talking. You know what I mean?
I enjoy the discourse, and separate from whenever we bring guests on, it's good to just chat.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, just chat like we do. It's like super natural because it's pretty natural when we have it's definitely natural when we have guests in here, but at the same time you're kind of like on your best behavior. It's like a first impression, kind of like, oh shit, we're like producing
right.
something for the world right now.
Definitely.
So it's a little different. And honestly, anytime you hit record, it changes you a little bit. And I don't know if it's sucking your soul out or if you're just conscious of the fact that it's being saved.
Yeah, the awareness is definitely something to talk about.
Yeah, just like potentially saved forever on the internet, right, for all to hear. Which is, that's fine. just seeing 2 tracks and 2 different waveforms for us right now is like seriously getting me off. Like I've had an erection for about 25 minutes. Seriously.
I wonder what that thumping sound was.
Yeah, seriously. So I just wanted to let you know, because I like to when I'm talking on the phone with somebody and I have an erection, I like to let them know, just because like it's creepy enough. You know what I mean? It's creepy enough. And like if they know, I feel a little bit less creepy, you know?
I have no interest in knowing, but thank you anyway.
Of course. Oh, man. Oh, I mean, dude, a lot of good shit. A lot of really good shit. Some bad shit, but some good shit too, you know? And it's this balance, I think. It really is. Because you can't be tipping over on too much positivity or too much negativity. You can, but
it's all about balance.
It really, if you can balance, I think that's huge. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's like that's my MO right now. Just balance, trying to balance. Going to balance and not say it's trying. I keep saying trying. That's something I want to get out of my vernacular. I'm just trying to do this. Hey, you trying to do this? Yeah, I'm trying to become a podcaster. Nah. You know, like, no, like I am a podcaster, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Don't try, do.
Do, exactly. You gotta fucking do in this world. So that's what it comes down to. Okay, I'm boosting the headphones a little bit. Yeah, man. All right, let's approach this list, because I'm sitting in Chick-fil-A and I'm eating my absolutely delicious, just absolutely mouth-watering chicken sandwich made by Mormons who hate homosexuality, and and it tastes so fucking good. And when I can, I like to eat in the lobby of these fast food chains. The BK Lounge, the Wendy's Lounge, the Chick-fil-A Lounge is where I was. Anyway, so I'm looking around. There's like 4 people in the lounge, and they're all looking down at their phones. And I'm like, man, like what a world, you know? And I'm enjoying my sandwich. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm just looking around. And these motherfuckers are just like tied in to their phones. And I'm like, they're in purgatory. This is purgatory. We're all in purgatory. What the fuck? You know, just like they're all waiting. We're just waiting to die in purgatory. Heads down, you know, just being fed by corporate America. Like just, you know, fillets, you know, chicken fillets. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and then I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. I should write that down in my notes. And then I'm looking down at my fucking phone like an asshole. And I'm just part of it. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm like, who the fuck am I to like even second guess these fools? When
at least you have that awareness.
My first inclination is like, okay, grab my phone. I gotta remember this. You know, that's moderately funny. That might be moderately funny on a podcast. You know.
That's important, you know, bring a little bit of levity.
Yeah, exactly. Dude.
I think you do a great job at that.
Thanks, man. I try. I really do try, man. I try. I just, some people are just, it's a frequency thing, man. It's like people are on different frequencies in this world, and that's okay. And that's why I feel like sometimes it's hard to match up with people. Like, all right, so I'm playing chess. There's a chessboard at the Collective. And so we're like sitting down watching these chess matches go down. And it's like the board's all fucked out. And there's like chess pieces from like 3 or 4 different sets, you know, but that's kind of what makes it cool. And what I realized about chess, which is a really beautiful thing, is like, dude, like 2 complete strangers can sit down and maybe they're on different frequencies, but they start playing chess and they start talking and they go into like this little miniature simulated war scenario and they like become friends and they loosen up and it breaks the ice. And chess is a really awesome game and like such a fucking, it really levels the playing field, because it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or what race you are, what gender you are, whatever the fuck. It's like, no, we're about to throw down. And it's kind of like a battle of, I guess, you know, intelligence or wit or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, even if somebody's like way outside of your tax bracket and you whoop their ass at chess, they're like, okay, they'll still tip their hat off to you. You know what I mean?
It's a great equalizer.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Absolutely. So it was funny, man. We were watching these 2 friends play, like these 2 crack-headed wooks playing chess, right? And like one of them was like, really horrible at chess, like kind of learning the game. And then the other one was like, he was a decent player. And it turns out he actually had, Alabama found out that he was in the chess club. Anyways, this motherfucker, he does the Queen's Gambit. Are you familiar with that move, the Queen's Gambit?
I'm not.
So it's this move where I believe it's in 2 or 3 moves, you can move your queen and attack with your queen and get the other player's king in checkmate within like 2 or 3 moves. And it's like my go-to move. It's my go-to move. And yeah, you move one of your pawns up and that frees up the space. And then you just shoot your queen all the way over. And then they're just fucked basically, unless they can see it coming. And most people can't, because most people don't even know how to play chess. You know what I mean? So anyways, this fool pulls the Queen's Gambit on his friend in 2 moves, and his friend's looking at it. Everybody's looking at it like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? And he's all impressed, and he's all like this crackheaded fucking guy. He's like doing bumps. He's like, honestly, he pulls out of the bag of like, out of his sock, and he's just like doing bumps, and he's like all like, he feels like a rock star for pulling this move, and it's an impressive move, and it's fucking cool, because it's like, yeah, fuck you. You suck at chess. It's like a cool move. And so I stand up, because I see it. I was watching it. I saw it all take place. I stand up and I'm just like, bro, the Queen's Gambit? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, the Queen's Gambit? And I was like, kind of asking him if he knew, because he clearly knew what the fuck was going on. And he's like, yeah, man, the Queen's Gambit. This motherfucker hasn't even seen that show. I was like, yes, that's fucking awesome. Because it was like a Netflix show or whatever, but it's also the chess move.
With Anya Taylor-Joy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And dude, I was just like so impressed by this guy. So then this guy, he's king of the table. He pulls the Queen's Gambit, and then this ice cold motherfucker sits down, leather jacket, aviators, fat, expensive wash, ice cold black dude sits down. And I lean over to Alabama, and I'm like, this fool can play chess. Like, this fool is not messing around. And it goes back to that breaking the ice thing and strangers and different frequencies and shit, right? Like, I was like, damn, this guy's like gonna fight, and he's gonna. Like, something's going down, So he whoops the Queen's Gambit. The guy who pulled the Queen's Gambit, he whoops that guy's ass. and not very many moves. I'm like, okay, I could just tell, And then so now I got to sit down with this guy, and I'm listening to him talk, and he's from Africa. And it turns out I'm listening to him talk to the guy, and it turns out he's from Nigeria. But you could just tell, when he's talking, dark skin, full from, with that, he's got that African kind of accent or whatever. And we're kind of going back and forth, and I try to pull the Queen's Gambit on him, and he sees it coming from a mile away, and he positions his rook, and like, I don't even see it. And partially my excuse is because these pieces are all fucked out, and like, they're all different sizes and different colors and shit. But anyways, that's no excuse, right? He just blasts my queen with his bishop, actually. And then, so I'm like, fuck, my queen's gone. He's like, bro, do you even play? Which is like, in an African accent, bro, I can't do it. I don't want to insult the guy. Do you even play? And I'm like, oh my God. And I didn't say anything, but like, whatever. Okay. He said it, and okay, it was a rookie thing, he saw it coming. He totally got my queen. So then as he proceeds to beat my ass, we're talking, and he says it again, bro, do you even play? Do you hear me? Did you hear me? Do you even play? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I heard you the first time. It fucking hurt my feelings the first time, you motherfucker. So we're going back and forth, and it was great, man. I definitely want to get him on the podcast, but I was playing it cool with this motherfucker though. Cause like, I'm not, some people, you just read it. You just read the people. Some people you can ask them right off the bat, hey, you want to do this podcast? Like, hey, your story seems awesome. Let's do some recording. All right. Some people you kind of have to woo them a little bit. You know what I mean? They're like on another level. Some people you don't want to come up, reeking of desperation. Fucking, hey, record with me. You're so cool. You know what I mean? So but it's still, man, this place is so good for networking, bro. I met this other cat at the collective last night, 53-year-old, his name's Cornell, an older African-American gentleman. His voice, he has such an awesome tone on his voice, and you can tell he has mad wisdom. You know what I mean? Colorado native, chef, dope as fuck. And I'm like, dude, I'm kind of into getting old guests on the show, to be honest with you, because they got the wisdom. You know, they've seen the road,
sure.
they've seen the city change, they've seen the country change over time. You know, they've got a better, not a better necessarily, but just a wider perspective, maybe. I don't know.
Right. More enriched.
Yeah, totally. So that's going to be cool. Been meeting a lot of guests, potential guests. Played the Goosetown Tavern. This guy, what's his name? Caleb Koch, I believe. He spells it like the Koch brothers.
KOCH, yeah.
Yeah, this fool, he's a looper too, and he had a Boss RC50, so a very similar loop station to mine, and he's rocking this Godin ukulele, which is just fucking sick. It's got active piezo pickups, and it's really sick. I don't know if this particular one has a MIDI pickup or not, but and he's just looping the hell out of it, playing it like Rodrigo and Gabriella, just absolutely slaying. And I talked to him after, and I kind of like bombarded this guy, but yeah, he had good vibes, and I was like, dude, like that was great. I'm looping on a Boss too. Like, I'd love to talk to you, whatever. Let's do some recording. And he's into it. So we can get him on the show, and that it's going to be a great show because we're both going to loop together, and it's going to be fucking rad. And I was like,
can't wait to edit that one.
Yeah, it's going to be sick, I'm sure. And so he was like, yeah, I'll stick around for your set. I was like, okay, great. That'd be cool, you know? And I was playing a little later that night, and I'm about to go up, and he walks up to me. He's like, hey, man, like, hey, you know, he's like, just to let me know, like, that he stuck around and just to say what's up. And I was like, hey, dude, awesome. And I was about to go up, and it was actually the first night that I was ever going to rap live. So I wasn't even going to be looping. Like, I had a performance track loaded up on my iPhone. I was just going to run it direct in, and I wanted to practice my first 2 new written raps live because I never rapped live ever. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now. It is what I am doing right now.
It's like doing open mic night. That's awesome, dude.
And it's an open mic night, so why the fuck not, right? And so I'm about to walk up, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, by the way, like, I'm not even looping tonight. I'm rapping. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm a little over the top, I think, sometimes. But, you know, I've got my leather coat on and my fucking Meta Ray-Bans recording the show. And I'm like, just rapping. And it's just like, okay, settle down, you crazy ass Jew. You know, but like, but like, I think it's okay because I also have this thought of like, dude, like they're not going to make a fucking statue of you if you're bland as fuck. You know, you have to have a little ego on you. Like, think about Muhammad Ali. Like, I hate to even put myself in the same category as that guy, but it's like, dude, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. You know, like his whole thing, like he would just, you know, like, yeah, I'm going to fuck that guy up. And like, he's a joke and I'm the best. And like, you better be watching. Like, is everybody in kind of thing? Like Jim Morrison would say that. Is everybody in? Is everybody in? You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, fucking awesome. You know, like, it's so cool. So I'm kind of trying to channel that without being too much of an asshole. Just kind of like tiptoeing around that.
It's all about the balance.
That domain. Yeah, absolutely. Because you don't want to go too over the top. You know what I mean?
Nor do you want to be so down on yourself or have such stage fright. Like, oh, I don't want to do this. No, you know, you have to kind of mentally hype yourself up for that kind of public appearance.
Yeah, totally. You know, I was kind of thinking it'd be cool to call my uncle in Texas.
Yes.
Do you want to try to do that?
That'd be hilarious.
So here's the backstory on my uncle. It's my uncle Robbie. Sure. And dude, this guy, like, I remember him when I was young. We'd be at the lake house, you know, for like Thanksgivings and shit. And this guy, he'd bring me balsa wood airplanes, like those little airplanes that you in the kits that you like put together. They're like 3 or 4 pieces, real mellow. Like some of them would have like a rubber band and a propeller that you could like twist up, and it was like really fucking sick, you know. And I just loved the guy. And he got into a car accident when he was younger, probably in his 20s. And so I always knew him as Uncle Robbie, that he was kind of had a little hop in his get along. You know what I mean? He had a little, you know, kind of like a little bit slower, maybe. Like something definitely happened to him. Like some trauma happened to his brain when he got into the accident. You know, unfortunate, because the guy was like a really great guitar player, and he kind of lost all that, you know, when he got into the accident. And but really like an awesome guy, great point of view. And I just went down to see my mom recently, and we went and visited him. And we were talking, and I brought that up, that, I heard that you used to be a great guitarist. And he's like, yeah, man, I haven't played in a while, trying to get my hands on a 12 string. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. And then I was like, dude, I was working at a guitar shop at the time. I'm like, dude, I'm going to fix up a guitar for him and send him a guitar, just to fucking see if it inspires anything, or if it brings up anything, any memories or anything. Cause it's like, I don't know, this motherfucker probably remembers how to play an A chord or some shit. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. But he could still noodle around on that thing.
Noodle.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I'm going to add him to the call. He may or may not answer, but something tells me he will, dude.
Hello?
Hey, Uncle Robbie, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, not much. You want to talk for a little bit? You got a second?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, how you been?
I'm doing all right. Sitting here watching the ball game.
Oh yeah, who's playing?
The L.A. Lakers and the New York Knicks.
Nice. You got any money riding on it?
I don't bet on baseball or any on games or anything.
The New York Knicks are a basketball team, I thought.
They are. It's basketball. It's NBA games. ESPN deal.
ESPN, yes, indeed. Hey,
NBA deal.
hey, dude. I just wanted to tell you before we started talking about anything too heavy. I am recording right now a podcast with my friend Kirk. He's on the line with us.
Howdy.
So I don't know if you want to be on a podcast. We kind of talked about it a little bit before, but are you into that?
Nah, I don't know. Right now, I'm watching this game, so I'm not
Okay.
into it right now.
Okay, then that's cool. Well, hey,
we get in touch later or something. We can talk about it.
yeah, that'd be great, man. I really would like to. Yeah, when you're free, give me a call.
Okay, it's cool coming in.
All right, man.
I don't have a whole lot to do, really. I'm just watching this game all night, though, so
Yeah, man.
ain't got much left to it.
You playing that guitar or what?
Oh, yeah, a little bit, not much. I need to play more.
Dude,
I don't.
get that thing.
Get mad at myself.
Get that thing in your hands, man.
Well, I can't make. I want to play better. I want myself to do better.
Yeah.
I can't play things that I used to play.
Yeah.
Because of the dexterities, motor skills, things like that. I just don't have that in my left hand anymore.
Right.
Where I can be real decisive with where I put my fingers and make a chord.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can do it, but I have to go real slow.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just do it like I used to. Anyway, I don't play that much. I mess around with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Wish I could do better at it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, practice makes perfect, you know what I mean?
I wish I had me a nice little Fender reverb amp.
Yeah, same.
SG or something,
Yeah, man, I have an SG. That's like, SG is like, that's
Not my guitar, man.
such a nice guitar.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
All
Man.
SGs are nice, man.
Yeah, and they remind me of the devil, which is pretty cool.
I had a friend that had a SG, but it was back the time before. I mean, it was like a 1961 or 62 SG when they first started making them.
Dude.
So Oh God, you talk about nice, man.
Yeah, dude, that's so cool. Like, man, and like back in the day, I heard that Les Paul didn't even like the SG, and he made him take his name off the SG.
Well, he's a Paul, man. Les Paul, dude. You know, he didn't care for the SG.
Yeah, totally. Definitely a Paul man. He's going to be playing his signature before he's playing a fucking...
Cool, I mean...
Yeah, because, I mean, there's SGs out there with truss rod plates that say Les Paul on them. And, like,
yeah, well...
That shit was a thing.
Les Paul's an actual person.
Right.
No, it's not just a guitar. Les Paul is a Gibson guitar.
Mm-hmm. But it's also a person.
It's a top of the line guitar, but it's also a person.
Mm-hmm.
Les Paul is the man who designed and made the guitar.
Yeah. Absolutely. Have you ever heard him play, Uncle Robbie? Have you heard him play?
No, I had not. Not I think of right offhand.
Dude, he shreds so hard, man. And he's like got this cheesy suit on, and he looks like he's in a I Love Lucy show, but he's just like shredding the Les Paul, and it's like, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. I hadn't been in the guitar as much as I was a long time ago, quite a while. I wish I could do better at it and play better, but I can't, and I still need to get the 12 string I need.
Yeah, that 12 string. Dude, I wonder if you could, fucking Bob Dylan started just playing the piano because his hands are all fucked out too. And yeah, I mean, I saw Bob Dylan play live, and he didn't pick up the guitar one time. Didn't play the acoustic or the electric one time, just played piano all night. And his voice is really twisted up these days, man.
Well, he's been through a lot, man.
Yeah.
And there's a lot for a person has to do all their life, man.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't easy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Man.
No doubt.
Anyway. So, I guess I'll give you a call.
Yeah, definitely. Give me a call. Give me a call anytime, man. I'm pretty free right now.
Next day or two, I'll give you a call or something.
All right, cool, man. Sounds good.
I'm not doing much anything right now.
All right.
I always sit here and think about how I need to pack up and get the hell out of here.
Dude, I'm thinking the same thing right now, dude. I'm about ready to leave the fucking nest for sure, man.
Well, I've been here for a while, and I've known these people all my life. It's just, places you could live like transits.
Uh-huh.
These roads, there's not clean. People don't take care of themselves. These people are slob heads. This whole house is slob.
Yeah, well.
Dirt barns. And I just step in my room. It's bad enough.
Yeah, man.
Anyway.
Hey, well.
I think that's the next day or two or something. I can get back to you.
Yeah, man. Sounds good. All right, man. Well, have a good night. I'll talk to you later, all right?
Yeah, sounds like you doing all right?
Yeah, doing great. Yes. I'm superb. I picked up my last paycheck today. I'm going to be my own boss.
Your last paycheck?
Yeah. I got fired from both my jobs.
Oh, man, why is that?
Well, one of my bosses said I was smoking too much weed, which, may or may not be true. I mean, I wasn't like smoking joints like right before work and like bloodshot eyes. I was, I'd take a couple.
Some people are real hard with that, when it comes to running a company and having to be in charge of people and things like that.
Uh-huh.
It makes it real hard on that person to try to deal with somebody who does that. I've done it before many times, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, dude, I'm in there working on guitars all day listening to jazz. It's like I can't hit my vape pen once or twice. Come on. But hey, it's his shop, it's his show, it's his rules, and he didn't really like me that much. And I was taking some footage of like my setups and his guitars and stuff for Instagram, which ultimately just promotes his shop. But he didn't really like that either. And then this other guy, I mean, I don't know. It's not worth getting into, but yeah. I'm in the process of looking for some new work for sure.
Well, man, I'll get in touch with you today. We'll chat some more.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right?
Sounds good, man. I'll talk to you later.
Later, dude. Be good, man.
Yeah, you too. All right, that's Uncle Robbie. He's the man, dude. He's the fucking man. Uncle Robbie. Such a tone. Fool's been smoking cigarettes for years. Like, how many years has Uncle Robbie been smoking cigarettes for? Uncle Robbie's been smoking cigarettes for years. Yo, what up, Kirk? Hey, so that's Uncle Robbie, man.
Wow. He sounded like he has a lot of knowledge and wisdom that, in better settings, I'm sure he would have loved to share.
Right. See, that's the thing, man. Like, there's just something about him. Like the tone in his voice. Well, I'll tell you what. He's got Cecil Darnell blood running through him. And that's what it is. He's got that Daddy D blood.
Daddy D.
And that was my great grandfather. And he was like the bedrock foundation of the family. And he was the one who owned the lake house. And he was a pilot in World War II, and he flew P-38s. And he didn't even have guns on his plane. This motherfucker had cameras on his plane. So he was flying in low and taking pictures of where the bombing runs were going to take place and getting out of there before he get shot down. You know what I mean? Full went hard. Hella hard. Daddy D built an air conditioning unit out of a Volkswagen Beetle engine.
What?
Like, he would just do that shit. He invented a specialized socket wrench, and something about, I think it was like, I don't know, like some kind of special wrench, and he like patented it and like made all this money and like bought a boathouse, and I had everybody over for Thanksgiving and just had mad wisdom. He would just like sit in his rocking chair and fucking tell stories, and like we'd go fishing, on the boathouse with fucking Daddy D, man. Okay. And so Daddy D's blood runs through Uncle Robbie, and Daddy D's blood runs through me, and I'm fucking grateful for that. You know what I mean? I think to this day, and I'm not the most religious guy, but like to this day, I still think that Daddy D's watching over me. Cecil Darnell. I'm going to name my firstborn son Cecil.
That's beautiful.
Cecil Silverstein, man. Are you kidding me? Come on. Dude, Cecil.
It writes itself.
Cecil is not even, nobody, and then like call him CC or C or whatever. So cool. Like,
I'll see what the ranking is for Cecil in terms of baby names.
Yeah, you should. Maybe can you do a little research on Cecil? Are you in front of your laptop?
Yes, sir.
Dude, Cecil, and then I'm considering having his middle name be Danger, so that he could say, Danger's my middle name. Because I think that
he would crush it. He would crush it.
How hard would he crush it if his name was Cecil Danger? It honestly rolls off the tongue nice.
It does.
Cecil Danger. Honestly, like, dude, just destined for success, or destined for a life of being addicted to heroin and opiates.
Getting hand jobs behind the Walmart.
Getting hand jobs behind the local Walmart dumpster. Yeah, man. So yeah, Cecil Danger, my firstborn son. Holler. Yeah, if there's any wealthy women out there, mature or just like my age, and they want a baby put in them, just let me know. I'm gonna take my sweatshirt off just a second. I gotta take my headphones off.
Sure.
No, but honestly, dude, I was thinking about it, and like I might be sterile, which is a little bit concerning. Like I should probably go bust a nut in a cup somewhere and get
checked out by a medical professional.
Get to the bottom of it. You know what I mean? Because like, man, that would be, honestly, I it's like a double-edged sword. Like I have mixed feelings about it because on the one hand, I wouldn't be able to proliferate and procreate and annihilate the human race. But so there's that. And then I'd be able to just nut, like in any girl anytime, which would be kind of cool. If I would, so it's kind of like I wouldn't be able to have a son, which is shitty, but I'd be able to just full-fledged nut, just You know what I mean? Just dump. I'd be able to just dump. You know what I mean? So
I found some information on Cecil.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear.
So some of these sites, it's like momjunction.com or...
I go to that site. That's actually in my history. That's in my browser history.
Are you fucking around?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fucking around.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Or thebump.com. So
That's fine.
take this as a grain of salt.
Okay.
But according to these sites, it says that Cecil is a masculine name of Welsh origin that derives from a name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. It's also a variant of Cecilia, a female name associated with the plebeian clan of Sicily in ancient Rome. Cecilia is famous for the Christian Saint Cecilia of Rome, who is considered the patron saint of music and blindness.
Ooh, blindness. Well, hey, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles. Think about
There
it.
you go. Yeah.
Just think about it.
Don't count them out.
Yeah, exactly. You can't count them out. And they might even be better musicians if they're blind. Wow. And that's what's cool. I actually have considered that as like, if I have a girl naming her Cecilia, that's still like a badass name, dude. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Cecilia, you're breaking
my heart.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I like that. Cecil Danger Silverstein.
Cecil Danger. Oh, that's ice
Cecil
cold.
Danger.
That's ice cold, dude. Come on. That guy's gonna get so much pussy, and so I'm looking forward to it, man. Because I'm honestly, if you play your cards right and you raise your child well, they're gonna be successful and they're gonna buy you a Cadillac. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm kind of just leaning into that and kind of just hoping for that. We'll see. Dude, I was not mad at making a call. That actually kind of worked out. Making a call on the show.
I think what's the phrase? You like kneading dough. I think you molded that conversation very well.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thank you. Yeah, I think it might be a kind of a cool segment to maybe like make a call and with a friend or somebody, talk to them for like maybe 15, 20 minutes, especially if you and I are doing a show together. Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool,
Hell yeah.
Hit them up on the spot and just like, hey, you want to immortalize your name on the internet and your voice on the internet for eternity, or at least until the collapse of civilization. Like, would you?
The next 6 months or so?
Yeah, at least for like 6 or 7 months. Like, people are gonna say yes to that, man. And even my Uncle Robbie was like, I'm watching the game, I'm not really into it. And then I was like, okay, well, you playing that guitar?
Yeah, you got him talking.
I got him talking, yeah. That motherfucker. What an awesome guy. Fucking love that guy. Yeah. Are you close to any of your family members, Kirk?
I mean, my mom is probably the closest that I can think of because, my brothers and sisters kind of do their own thing. My dad's always working. So I've just built a close relationship with my mom where, being up where I'm at, she's back home a couple hours away, and always try and call her at least once or twice a day.
That's awesome, dude. That's so cool because dude, she brought you into this earth. She brought you into this realm. You know what I mean?
No lies.
Like, how cool is that? And I just reunited with my mother recently. And well, it's been a couple years. We've been talking on the phone and kind of visiting here and there. And it's beautiful, man, because like she loves you more than anyone, unless you got a brother that's, a fucking Harvard degree doctor or some shit.
Right.
But for the most part, your mother is, there's a bond there,
So your biggest fan and best friend.
Yeah.
In a way.
I got into a really big argument with my dad, like this screaming argument, which is like really off brand for both of us. Cause we really don't raise our voice, but I mean,
I couldn't even imagine that.
Yeah. And so it was fucking powerful, it was super powerful and it was fucked. No, it was just the way that he was talking about my podcast. And I don't even think he even realized it, cause like, you ask him up and down, he'll say he believes in me and everything else. And like, but just kind of like, oh yeah, kind of just has this, it's a pipe dream kind of thing. And like, well, you have to be rich in order to have a successful podcast kind of thing. And like, just like, I don't like rap and I don't like profanity and like, just, I don't know, like, you know, which is fine. That's his prerogative. And I do respect his opinion. But I started kind of raising my voice, you know, because I was just getting heated, not necessarily at him. Originally I was getting heated at the fact that I lost both my jobs, and I was like really pissed about, I was like recalling how, you know, how I got fired and just kind of like playing back all the bullshit, you know, of how I got fired. And he's like, yeah, well, you fucked up and you did X, Y, and Z, and you gotta take responsibility. And which is like, yeah, I mean, there's weight in that. And, you know, I respect everything he has to say. I heard him, you know, but it was that fatherly thing, you know, like go get a job, like get a grip, get a job, you know, like what the fuck are you doing kind of thing, you know? And it was like, you know, like, so my thing is just like, bro, I mean, look at even my bosses that fired me. Like they didn't want a job. They couldn't keep a job. So they made their own fucking business. And they own music shops now. It's like, it's okay to be an entrepreneur and be your own boss and there's a lot of successful people making their own businesses. You know what I mean? I don't have to work 9 to 5 in a kitchen or fucking on a construction site for some asshole and just be wanting to kill myself all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Like, fuck that, period. You know? So go get a job. Like, I was just not trying to hear that, you know? Anyways, I called him a couple of days later and apologized. I should never be yelling at my father ever, period. You know, he's my elder and, you know, and my father, my main mentor. And I fucking love that guy to death. But then we were talking about moms before. I called my mom afterwards and I was like fucking all bent out of shape and like crying. And it's not like me to yell like that or to cry or anything. And like, dude, she calmed me down so much, and like this motherly love was just, it was like this unprecedented, how do you say
unprecedented?
Yeah, it was just this crazy, because I don't know, man, we disconnected for years and years and years, and like it's back, you know. And I was just like getting teary-eyed just listening to all the sweet things she was saying to me, you know. She's like, no, you have to follow your dream, like you believe, like you know, you're gonna have to get a part-time job just to support your dream. And like she was just saying the right things, man. I love my mom to death also. So grateful. So grateful I still have both my parents. Like unfucking believable, man. Dude, I mean, part of me kind of wants to keep this. Should we just do an hour tonight, or do you want to? I mean, do we have anything else like groundbreaking to talk about? I think we had a pretty solid episode. I'm gonna take one more look at the list. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about, Kirk?
The French want to start taxing motor vehicles in order to get rid of SUVs.
What? Okay, elaborate. What's going on?
Yeah, the French environmentalists want to impose a tax in France, and it'll cost something like €225 if you have a particular car. And apparently they want to get rid of SUVs or larger vehicles because, you know, they emit more, you know, CO2 and whatnot.
Right.
And so I thought that was a pretty eye-grabbing headline because I don't think that would fly here in the U.S.
That's so funny because it totally wouldn't. But I'm thinking about it as you're saying it, and I'm like, most people that are driving SUVs around, like they're just driving it back and forth to work. They're not taking it on the fucking trail. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just like they got these massive trucks just to like compensate for their small dick. But with that being said, there's like I've got a really close friend, fucking Hans Paul Davis III. That motherfucker's been souping up Toyotas for as long as I can remember. And, you know, he's hitting the trails. He's driving up mountainsides and shit with his. So it's like I would hate for him to get taxed on some bullshit. You know what I mean? When he's using the utility of his vehicle in a sporty way.
Right. Like the commercials portray them as, you know, climbing up the hills and such.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than stuck in 9 to 5 traffic.
Exactly. Just like blasting CO2 emissions into the fucking ether. Yeah, dude.
Right.
Blasting ether into the ether. Yeah, dude. Fuck that. So yeah, I got me. And it's like the whole thing with guns too. It's like, dude, it's like, yeah, I don't really want everybody to have guns, but you can't just take away guns from like hunters that are like feeding their families with guns. Like, come on, you can't do that. But like taking guns away from like criminals and shit. I mean, yeah, it's a weird fucking. It's not a black and white thing. It's all over. It's gray as fuck. It's all over the place.
It's very complicated.
Yeah,
with few answers.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, you know what else I wanted to bring up was advertising space on the show. Because, I mean, honestly, man, our numbers are really kind of skyrocketing right now. And it's kind of insane because, like, in the last 3 or 4 days, our numbers have more than doubled. And, I mean, I'm on the streets, like, straight up putting the word out, playing sets, stickering up the entire fucking town. You know what I mean? And it's nice.
I saw that screenshot you sent me.
For sure.
So I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, dude, it's nice to get a little bit of fruit from your labor. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Harvest that shit out.
Yep.
And so anyways, I was thinking about advertising because there's this really awesome vintage clothing shop right next door to the dispensary I go to, AMCH, who I'm also trying to do some business with. But anyways, X and I go into this vintage shop, and it's owned by this really quirky, really like beautiful, hipster, fucking awesome, artsy woman. Braless. Anyways, so she, so I start talking to her and I'm like, yeah, like I'm looking for like maybe some cool stuff for the show, or like maybe something cool I can wear for my live performance, And she pulls out like this badass red jacket with like, I can't even begin to describe it because I won't do it justice. Like two slits in the side, zipper slits on the side, and like it's like from the 60s or some shit, like red, like piercing red, like the color of the tracks right now that are recording. And I was like, yes, this is awesome. And it's like $180. She's like, you can finance it, whatever. And I'm like, I'm trying to take you out on a date. You know what I mean? So anyways, I fucking, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'd love to have her on the show because like, she seems really cool and she's a business owner, and like, she'd probably be down to promote her business, and it'd also be awesome to like have her in my dining room table and like talk to her and like make a meal for her or whatever. But no, but jokes, just joking.
Sounds like win-win.
Yeah, just joking about the last part, only halfway. But so anyways, this girl, so I'm talking to her. I end up going back to the shop just to say what's up, and I'm like, hey, I'm playing a set at the Lions Lair on Wednesday. You should definitely come because it'd be cool to hang out and whatever. And she's like, yeah, I would love to. And I'm like, this is awesome. Oh my God. Like a hardworking woman that's really cute. Like she's showing some interest and some reciprocation. Like, oh my God, this is happening. So fucking Wednesday rolls around. Okay. And I'm doing work I'm either mixing the album or I'm working on a podcast or doing some shit. And I fall asleep at the kitchen table, dude. I fall asleep at the kitchen table. And I wake up at 1 a.m. at the kitchen table, and I missed my set, didn't call her, complete no call, no show, stand up. I stood her up. And dude, that's not like me, dude. That's not like me, dude. I'm a hopeless romantic. And like, I asked her out, like I wanted to like play music in front of her, woo her. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like get her on the podcast and like start the process. You know what I mean? And so anyways, I don't even have her number yet. We've just been talking on Instagram. So I message her and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, it's not like me. I really wanted to hang out with you, X, Y, and Z. She didn't get back to me, but I see she's still watching my stories. And I'm like, okay. So the next day I go to the store and I buy a white rose. And this white rose that's another thing. I see like a bucket of roses and there's red, white, and yellow. And I'm like, okay, red is love. Okay, which is too forward, right? Way too forward for this girl. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm like confused between which one white and which one yellow is. I think white is like purity and yellow is friendship, maybe. I don't know if you could like maybe check into that just for the hopeless romantics out there.
You got it.
If you could see. But anyways, I went with white because I was like, white's cool. It's pure and it's classy, you know, and I'm giving her a rose. And like, girls like flowers, whatever. So I spend $5 on this rose and I have $7 in my account. So like, it's just for love, you know, like a reckless, hopeless romantic, you know. And I'm not saying I'm in love with this girl, but I'm just like, you know, I think it's the move because I feel bad and she's not getting back to me. And I'm kind of interested in this girl too. You know what I mean? And so I give her the rose. I walk into the shop, I give her the rose, and she's like she kind of blushes a little bit. And I apologize again. And I'm like, I'd really like to hang out sometime. And she's like, basically like, yeah, we'll see. You know, like, we'll fuck, you know, kind of just like yeah, well, you know, like nothing firm, nothing, anything. And I'm like, okay, I'll see you around. And like, that was it. Cause like, I can't, like, ball's in her court now. You know what I mean? Like, I can't, what am I going to, you know, I can maybe go over there and like, you know, if I'm like trying to buy something at her shop, I shouldn't go over there just to buy something at her shop to see her. But like, I don't know. I'm a little bit, I overthink things a little bit. Maybe not overthinking, but it's like, I'm a planner. I like to think about every possible scenario and to try to make sure that my eventuality scenario plans out how it should and how I want it to, you know?
Well, I have a white rose meaning. You're right. It is purity, chastity, and innocence.
Chastity. That might be the wrong message. Okay, purity. So I was right. That's good. Okay.
And then yellow is friendship, care, and remembrance.
Okay, and I definitely do not want her to remember that I stood her up. So yellow, it was not the move, and red was not the move. White was the move. And I think she's the kind of girl that would like appreciate that I was thoughtful and thought about the right color of the rose and gave her a rose, period. You know what I mean? What else? Yeah, and she's pretty far out, man. Like I'm definitely, I'm into her. She was like, what did you, I was like, I'm sorry, I missed the date. She's like, what were you deep in thought, exploring transcendental? Like she said some real, like she said like some hippie ass shit. And I was like, whoa, that like caught me off guard. I just said yes. Like I just kind of like moved on, you know. I should have held on to it a little bit and like went into it with her. And she's the kind of girl that like paints freckles on her face, you know. Just I don't know what it is about freckles, but I think they're sexy as hell. What do you think about a freckly girl?
Freckle, no freckle. As long as they love me, I love them.
That's beautiful, man. It's, yeah, I feel that. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, ultimately, sure. You know.
I don't mind a freckle or two.
Yeah, this girl. So yeah, I honestly, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I made a list of girls in my spiral because I've been making lists. I made an inventory of. I've been making a lot of inventories. Okay, and that's kind of all right. Sure, he's a misogynist. Awesome. Question it. I don't care. So I make a list of all these girls, not all these girls, a few girls, you know, just pros and cons, you know, because I'm tired of just like, I'm like in this chaotic quantum pool of love ooze right now, you know, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense, but I'm trying to fucking find the superposition, man. You know what I mean? And it's probably somewhere between like pile driver and reverse doggy. When's the last time you got laid, Kirk?
About 2 months ago.
Yeah. God, dude, it'll change you, man. God, it'll change you. Yeah, dude, I took a bath with Alabama last night when we got back and just had her in an embrace.
Oh.
And it was just like, we were just like, we had the colored LED lights in the bathroom with some incense, like listening to some, I Put a Spell on You, you know, listening to like some cool old school like music, you know, just kissing on each other a little bit. Like, oh God, I'll never forget. I will never forget that night. Last night was special, man. and I'm grateful, so grateful. So, yeah, Alabama's got a hook in my brain. Lana Lynn's coming from New York. Strawberry Blonde Nurse, absolute smoke show, awesome girl. Jules, you know, I mean, what are you gonna do, man? You just take it day by day.
Day by day by day by day.
Day by day by day. All right, closing words of wisdom. Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? I have been fucking with AI a lot. I actually made an AI video of one of the new SaTO songs. That's maybe something we could talk about. We closed in on a name for the group that X and I have been working on this group. It's me and him, and Derek's making beats, but we're also making our own beats and doing collaborations with artists around the city. And it's really cool. We've been coming through with some cool shit. We just got a female vocal on one of our tracks we've been working on, and it sounds so ghostly. Like, this bitch she's so ghostly, and she's my boo, and she's just my ghostly boo. You know what I mean? And it sounds so good. I'm so excited on it. But it's called SaTO, and it's an acronym for Silver and the One, but it means Japanese. It's Japanese sugar. It means sugar.
Oh, there you go.
In Japanese, or street dog, which is fucking cool, man. So, or I don't know, maybe you could look it up, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
Looking it up right now.
SaTO, or it's a surname. It's a very popular surname, but I'm just stoked on it. And yeah, man. So
you're correct. It's sugar.
I've been making this and I got so much sugar, man. I'm sweet as hell. You know what I mean? So it works. It really does work. But I've been fucking with AI lately, and I fucking made this AI video with one of our new songs, just a demo. And man, the stuff that you can do with AI is so impressive, man. It's like this underwater scene, and it's just this demo program that I got, this demo app. And it expired, unfortunately, so I can't make any more. But I made like four clips, or it was a 1 minute clip, and I broke it down because you can only do 10 seconds at a time. So I did like 4 AI clips, strung them together in iMovie. I made a little 45-second AI video, and it was fucking awesome. And like, dude, I'm trying to do that shit, man. Like. I'm trying to get ahead of the curveball, because I never have been maybe I have actually. I'm just trying to be ahead of the curveball, man. AI's coming.
I mess with AI a little bit, but never found it all that I don't know, impressive.
Yeah,
but
AI's coming in a big way. Oh, you know what I saw, dude? Apple put out a headset. Have you seen this thing?
I have not.
Bro, you should take a look at it real quick. It's I forget what it's called, but it's a VR AR headset.
Apple Vision Pro?
Yeah. And it looks so fucking cool, man. So cool. Like, I can't even go into it, but I was watching this unboxing like rundown on YouTube, and it's an absolute game changer. You know, kind of a weird thought that everybody's going to be walking around with visors on, you know, with artificially intelligent eyeballs that are meant to duplicate their eyeballs that are on the screen just so that you are comfortable having a conversation with them. You know, it's weird. Like, because there's cameras facing your eyes, cameras facing the outside, then there's microphones, and there's like the thing, I think it's like $4,000. How much is it?
Looking it up right now.
It's pricey, and the battery life's only like.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, it's beta. I'm pretty sure it's still in beta, but
that's correct.
Some of the
it's $3,500.
$3,500. Okay, I'm into it. I'm totally on board. Yeah, dude, you're gonna see me walking down the street. I'm gonna have my Vision Pro on. I'm gonna have my iWatch, my AirPods. I'm gonna have my.
I don't think they recommend you walking around with the Vision Pro on.
Dude, you can, bro. You can, dude. I'm gonna be on the interstate with this fucking thing on, dating videos. No, I won't. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, but yeah, this thing's like some revolutionary shit, man. It's pretty cool. Like the stuff that you can do with CAD, like you can pull up a 3D model in your living room and like disassemble a fucking F1 race car, like just with your hands and shit. And like it's I don't even. And it's cool because you can like pull up, like you're sitting down, and then you can link into your MacBook so that you can use the keyboard and the mouse on your MacBook, but then you pull up a virtual screen above it that's locked in virtual space. And it's right there, but you can look around, but it's locked like a monitor. And then there's like 2 side-by-side monitors on either side of you, and fully adjustable, any size you want, however many you want, and it's like, bro, like imagine like being on an airplane and like you can pull up 3 full-size monitors and like mix your fucking album or like do whatever, and maybe not mix your album, but like really get some work, some real deal work done, like edit a movie or do some crazy be doing multiple things at once, like on an airplane. Like it's insane. It really is fucking insane, the shit that's going on right now. And some of the technology coming out is crazy, man. We
are barreling towards a Blade Runner 1984 Brave New World scenario.
Yeah, dude.
And nothing we can do to stop it.
It's kind of scary, dude. 1984 is a scary.
The future is now.
Yeah, no doubt. Have you read 1984?
Oh yeah, I've read Animal Farm, 1984,
Yeah.
Brave New World.
Yeah, I haven't read Brave New World. I read Animal Farm. Crazy fucking crazy thought of a book that is.
All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others.
Yeah, if you stand on 2 legs versus if you stand on 4 legs.
Right.
That whole thing. Dude, honestly, I've been watching Rick and Morty, and have you ever watched that show?
I have, yeah.
Dude, some of the ideas, these far out philosophical, like, whoa, that could be our life. Like, that could actually be what's going on. Like, that's so far out. Like, shit, I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, the whole 2-leg, 4-leg Animal Farm thing. So there's like this episode where there's like, all right, so there's a race of people that have like pointy nipples, like really like coned out pointy nipples, and there's a race of people that have like concave cone nipples. I don't know. Anyway, it was just stupid. They started arguing and fighting, and it was just like a homage to like just how stupid it is that people fight because of their their differences in whatever skin tone or whatever the fuck, And man, I just love that show. Those guys are geniuses, man. And great music on that fucking show too. Ugh, just insane.
Have you watched the? I guess there are newer episodes or variations of it.
Yeah, dude.
Since Justin Roiland got kicked off.
Well, I know they came out with season 7 not too long ago. I just got access to season 7, but I'm starting it from the beginning.
Gotcha.
Because yeah, it's like this huge arc of a thing, and it's so good anyway. I was just pumped to watch it again anyway, So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, man, advertising, dude. I'd love to get some advertising on the show. There's a lot of things I want to do with the show. Okay, looking at the list, I think. Oh, laying groundwork for famous women. I talk about this sometimes. Laying groundwork for famous women, like sending, cordial messages and commenting on a post to a famous woman, just to kind of let them know that you exist. Not necessarily that, oh, this girl's going to see this post and then want to go on a date with me tomorrow. Like, no, I'm not that delusional. But it's like, kind of break the ice, like send him a comment, a sweet comment, and just, okay, Aaron Silverstein, he's in Colorado. He's got a podcast. He's a sweetheart. Okay, and maybe down the road, run into her in LA or whatever. And bro, this shit happened with Vivica A. Fox. Did I tell you about this? You
did, yeah. But for the audience that didn't have a chance to hear it.
Yeah, bro. Vivica A. Fox. All right, so it's this woman. This actress was watching my stories in LA. She's on the Lifetime channel, and she's been. I looked at her IMDb, and she's like a legitimate actress. She's been in like 15 Lifetime movies or something. And her latest movie is. So I was creeping on her Instagram, obviously, and she's got like a family and she's got a husband, but he's the kind of guy that's just like sitting on the couch drinking beer while she's like filming and making the paychecks, and he's just like in the pool fucking. Anyways, so she's co-starring in a movie with Vivica A. Fox, who is that beautiful black woman she was in Independence Day. She was that kid's mom. It was Will Smith's romantic whatever the fuck in Independence Day, the stripper. Super banging in that movie. Anyway, she's older now. She got a little thicker.
She's almost 60.
Anyway, she's beautiful. She's still beautiful. And so I was looking at this actress, this Lifetime actress, and then I saw that she was in the movie with Vivica A. Fox. I would go to Vivica A. Fox's Instagram page, and I'm creeping on her, and I'm looking at her images. And I message her on one of her images. I'm like, yo, like you look fantastic. Or like, I said something like, I don't know if you're married. I'm going to look on your wiki, like I'm going to do some research, whatever, Independence Day is one of my favorites. You're the bomb, whatever I said, and she sent me like, she sent a heart, like she hearted the comment, and like, she read it and she got tickled by it, and she didn't fucking send me her phone number or anything, but like, yeah, man, like Vivica A. Fox knows that I exist, and like I'm laying some groundwork for that pussy. Jokes. These are jokes, people. Settle down. No, but yeah, I think that's cool, and so I'm trying to lay groundwork with a few. Miley Cyrus, for example, Billie Eilish. Who else? Skylar Bree, the 8th ranked porn star on Pornhub, 2.5 million followers, absolutely gorgeous, gets railed by giant black guys, but still, just an absolute divine beauty. So yeah, it's about laying groundwork, and I think that goes for just about anything in this world. Like, lay a little groundwork, be patient. You know what I mean? Don't rush. Don't blow your load too fast, and really get the engine warmed up first. You know what I mean? Little foreplay goes a long way, not just in the bedroom. So that's what we're doing here at Fortune Radio. And I just want to say, God bless, universe bless, much love to the people. Thank you for listening. New listeners and old listeners. Come one, come all. This is Fortune Radio. Kirk, you have any words of wisdom for the people before we say goodbye? Kirk comes prepared. That's what I'm talking about, people. It's the foreplay. Kirk was doing foreplay before we even hit record. He was doing foreplay. He was getting ready. He was fluffing himself before we even hit record on this motherfucker. Because he understands patience. He understands foreplay.
I found it.
Okay, cool. What's good?
We are not what we know, but what we are willing to learn.
Wow. We are not.
I read that. That blew my mind. I was like, oh, that's perfect.
We are not what we know, but what we are willing to learn. So it's not even the shit that you're learning. It's you are
what you're open to.
What you're open to learning.
The possibility.
Your capability, your capacity for learning. It's not about what you're learning. It's about your ability to learn it.
Yep.
Dude, that's some Yoda shit, man. Captain. The captain strikes again. Okay, people.
Boom.
Fortune Radio. Yeah, Fortune Radio.
Bada bing, bada boom.